Hey, it's that time. It's almost approaching summer, and that means it's time to go to summer camp. And this year, I'm going to this place. I think it's called Sleepaway Camp, and I am freaking jacked to go. So let's dive into this. A Patreon request review for the 1983 classic Sleepaway Camp. Let's go!
Dear Mom and Dad, I've been at a sleepaway camp for almost 3 weeks, and I'm getting very scared.
Welcome to Sleepaway Camp. Someone is watching you.
Hey, Baba, Reba!
Someone is waiting for you.
Oh my God!
Sleepaway Camp. You won't be
What's
coming.
going on, everybody? Welcome back to Faccis Cinema. I appreciate all the love and support from each and every one of you, and especially today as I do my first Patreon review request from one of my patrons, Austin Nickel. This one's for you, dude. I've never reviewed this one on the channel before. I am reviewing 1983's Sleepaway Camp, starring Mike Kellen, Jonathan Tiersten, and Felissa Rose, everybody's favorite girl, whatever you want to call her. This came out in 1983. Definitely is a cult classic today. Is it the best movie in the world? No. But can you have a good time with it? Is it a great example of those 80s cheesy slasher flicks? Damn straight it is. This had a budget of $350,000 and it made $11 million at the box office. So let's talk about Sleepaway Camp. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. First watch, I definitely did not like this movie. I already knew the ending going into it. Unfortunately, I mean, come on, guys, we have the internet, so it's all out there to see. So that kind of was a letdown for me. And I think another thing that led to the bad first time watch is I was watching it on my cell phone. I was at work and I had some time on break, so I sat down and watched this movie, and it just doesn't do the same thing for you when you're watching it on a freaking 5-inch, 6-inch little screen on your phone. So I think that had to do with it as well. And my mind was a bunch of other places, obviously. You know, I'm sitting outside watching cars go by and stuff, so I probably didn't give it my full attention. Upon rewatch, this is the second time I've ever watched this film. I can see why people like this movie. I can see why this is one of those classics from the 80s. Is this a movie that I'm going to watch multiple times a year? No. Is this a movie that I'm going to watch one time a year? Maybe, when the mood strikes. It's not that kind of movie, I would say. It's not like Friday the 13th or Halloween that I watch multiple times a year, or at least one time a year. But this movie does have some good qualities about it. And I'm going to dive into what I like about this movie today. And like I said, this one goes out to you, Austin. Hope you enjoy what I have to say. First off, I thought Felissa Rose did an amazing job in this movie. She was so cute. She seems so innocent, and you favored her character towards the other girls because they were total bitches to her this whole time, thinking she was the snobby ass bitch, but she was just backwards and awkward. And once the ending comes, you see why, obviously. But I really liked her character. I liked her performance in this movie. The kills in this movie, they weren't the greatest kills, you know. Well, the first guy, he wasn't even technically killed. The cook guy that got pushed into the boiling water because he was a damn pervert trying to have sex with, Angela's character. So, I mean, he got what was coming to him as well. For the most part, most of these people who were killed or hurt, unfortunately, kind of had it coming because they were douchebags to Angela. So once they did go, it isn't like you felt sorry for any of them at all. And I'm sorry, I'm really bad with names. So besides Ricky and Angela, I don't really know anyone's names. So sorry about that. But I love the connection between Angela and Ricky. I thought that was great. Their bond throughout this whole thing. Ricky was always standing up for his cousin. He would do anything to protect her. I like that. and that's why obviously she left him alone. You know, he was there, he was helping. He was the only one that was there for her throughout this whole movie. But to get to this point, the opening, we get to see a little boy and a girl swimming in the lake with their dad, and these kids are boating and they're not paying attention. They're going way too fast. The boat comes in, kills the dad, and kills one of the kids. And then that's whenever we get introduced to Ricky and Angela. So we just assumed that Angela was the daughter from the beginning of the movie. And obviously the spoilers in here, this movie is from 1983. So, I mean, sue me. You know what I'm saying? But no, seriously. So we follow Angela throughout the sleepaway camp and her journey throughout this summer. And when it comes to the end of the movie, we realize that it wasn't actually the daughter who survived the boating accident. It was the son. And forgive me if I'm mistaken. Like I said, I'm not too good with the names. And I didn't take notes for this. I believe she went to go live with the aunt. And the aunt didn't want to have a son. She already had a daughter, I believe. I think. And then she wanted to have another daughter. A little girl in the house. So they changed the son's name. They made the son believe he was a girl, and they changed his name to Angela. And I guess the aunt thought that was okay. It's pretty messed up, to be honest. And the aunt was, oh my god, she was probably one of the most annoying characters in the world, dude. Her acting, I don't know if it was her acting or what, or the way she portrayed the character was fucking horrendous. And I wanted Angela to kill her, but it never happened, unfortunately. Some other cool deaths in this movie. One of the boy campers, he's taking a poop, and then Angela sticks in a freaking beehive, and the bees kill him. And then you're like, wow, that was fucking lame. But then the aftermath, they zoom down to the body, they go to the head, they show all the bees crawling around his face. It's all like swollen and tore up and shit from all the bee stings. That looks pretty badass. I'll give it that. That was nice. There really wasn't that many kills. She kills another girl in the shower, like a knife through the back, and then fucking drags it down her spine. They show the aftermath of that as well. That's pretty cool, pretty sick too. I mean, you can see where the cut was and everything. Looks great. And then the famous curling iron kill. Unfortunately, we don't really get to see it, but Angela sticks that curling iron up that mean girl's patois. Oh, it's disgusting, and she's dead. Maybe some girls would like that, though, you know? Some girls would really appreciate that feeling. So you can take that kill as it may. The kills in this movie were just okay for me, but it definitely was a great whodunit. You did not know who was doing the killings. This did it better than Friday the 13th. 100%. Friday the 13th, they didn't even give us, any clues as to who it could be. I thought this one was great. And then whenever it is Angela at the end of the movie, it's very shocking. You did not see that coming at all. When she's sitting on the beach, rubbing that boy who was smitten over her head, and you just think he's just laying there and she's rubbing it, and then she stands up and the fucking head falls to the ground, and then she just turns around, and that iconic scene where she's just standing there naked with her face hissing and shit. And then they zoom back, and it's a fucking boy with a penis. That's right. That boy had a penis like most boys do. And they're like, whoa, she's a boy. I don't know what the hissing was about. I don't know if she was a fucking snake inside of that body. But, I mean, obviously she was mentally deranged from the shit that went on in her life. She had a lot of trauma, Jamie Lee, in her life. And I can see why she snapped and got all fucking weird, dude. But the dude who played the naked body, I guess, nobody knows where they are because they're embarrassed of that part of the movie. And I don't blame them. You didn't even know that was a dick. It was just like, what is that tiny little thing? But I mean, it's probably one of the most shocking, iconic endings in horror or cinema of all time. You did not see that coming. I mean, like I said, it was ruined for me because I've seen it on the internet prior to this movie. If that would have been my first experience with it, seeing it actually for the first time, my jaw would have been on the floor, dropped forever. Classic ending, iconic ending. You know who was good in this movie? The fucking buff dude. Like the gym guy. He's always in the back, like working out and shit. I don't even know his name, but he was cool. And he was always sticking up for Angela and whatnot. I like that. The camp owner, he was an asshole. He was like trying to pin this shit on Ricky for some reason. Ricky was trying to shut this camp down. I know you're doing it. I know you're killing. Fuck you, bro. Ricky's a good dude. I mean, he probably won't back his cousin anymore because he kind of killed a bunch of people. But yeah, I had a blast with this movie this time around. First time I watched this movie, I think I gave it like a 1 out of 5 stars. This time upon rewatch, it's not a perfect movie. It's got that nice 80s cheese. I gave this movie a 3 out of 5 star rating, which I mean, it's above half, so it's a pretty good flick. Rotten Tomatoes actually has this at 78% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is fucking amazing. But I guarantee you a lot of those reviews are not from 1983. 1983 reviews, this movie would have probably got a terrible rating. But now, it's a classic. It's gonna get that classic 80s cheese slasher vibe. You know, oh my gosh, it's so bad it's good kind of. But I had a good time with it. I appreciate you, Austin, you know, requesting this one because I wanted to dive back into this movie so bad, and this was a great opportunity to do it. So that one was for you. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want any review requests just like Austin got, join my Patreon. It's freshly made. I believe there's 4 tiers over there. I'll leave a link in the description box below. Go check it out. See if anything suits your taste. There's a bunch of different choices for any kind of budget. And if you choose the Fire Package, you will get your very own Faccis Cinema t-shirt. And also, the first 10 patrons to sign up will be entered to win a Faccis Cinema t-shirt. So definitely jump on that. I appreciate all the love and support. Make sure to hit the like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and definitely share this out as much as you can because it means the world to me. But I gotta go to camp, and I don't know if I'm a boy or a girl, and I might have a penis or I might have a JJ. I don't know, but I'm very, very messed up inside. Have a great summer, guys. I'll see you in the next one. You stay. Have a scary day, everybody.